Hello, everyone, from Costa Rica English News Update. Uh, the last goings here in early May, and the newspapers brought about the news that the National Simon Bolivar Zoo Park and ecological site would be closed down. The different species were taken out and were moved to another rescue centers because many of those animals are used to captivity for many years. What happened this time? Simply, the government just did not let a new offer or a new bid or extension to the company that managed the zoo, and instead took all the animals and the reptiles out. It's sorry for Costa Rica in a way, because now in the international scene, Costa Rica will be known as a country that closed down all zoos. Some of at least my opinion about this matter is contradictory to what they're doing. What they're doing is just contradictory to what most zoos in the world are about. Why? Because many people would like to get to know those animals and species that are in the world here in Costa Rica, and they are not able to otherwise. And the kids might get to know the animals and enjoy and tolerate animals in the wild if they ever met one. The thing is, for instance, in the Central Valley, you find scarcely few of those animals. Everything, all the area is populated with cities from San Ramon to Turrialba. And you might find some of them in the rivers, crocs, for instance, and cucumbers in areas where there are reservation or thick jungles, but not in the, let's see, in the city zoo, which is very reasonable. Uh, we would just wonder, we're sorry for what happened. Here's a small video of the story. The zoo was implemented by Costa Rican administration back in 1924 and has been cared for. Now, the only places that where you can find those species are rescue areas or let's see, places. Now I'm closing here one video from Maria. She's from Denmark, and she and her family live down here. I'm using her video so as to illustrate one of those rescue centers that are located in Limon, where you can barely see some of those animals and bird species, but which are being restored, or they're kind of rescue and hospital kind of stuff, so you can get an idea of what those species are if you're not from Costa Rica or if you are Costa Rican. Policy is not it's not a good one for me. I mean, zoo must be maintained, and it should be the opportunity for people to get to know those species without much cost of going out, staying in a hotel. But this is one of the extremist uh, things that has been going in the country. May you enjoy the video and enjoy Costa Rica as well, but not the zoos, at least not the government-run zoos. Uh, One of the point here is that, yeah, you cannot have one of those animals in captivity, at least the birds and the big parrots. Yeah, you can go to jail. That's one thing, but the point is just closing down the zoos and leaving them free in the wilderness does not really make much sense when educational matters for kids and other uh, adult people are at stake. At least for me, I just got to know what a jaguar is like 2 years ago when I visited with Canadian friends of mine, and another manigordo, which is a smaller kind of tiger. You see tapirs as well. You don't see them in the open. I saw them, and there was some other species of birds. I'm sorry for the policy, but I warn you, in case you'd like to go to the local zoo in San Jose, it is closed down. The government has avoided spending much time maintaining that place, and Suave as well. I'm sorry for you guys and for the country. Too much extremism or on preservation is not good. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
Come with us to the Jaguar Rescue Center. This is the most famous animal rescue center in Costa Rica. It's located in Puerto Viejo on the Caribbean coast. This is not a zoo. This is a temporary home for sick, injured, and orphaned animals. It's definitely a must-see if you're in the area. This is Sparky the sloth. He got electrocuted while climbing power lines. Fortunately, this is a very common injury for monkeys and sloths that are brought to the rescue center. Mostly the electrocuted animals die instantly, but others get severe burns on their faces and their hands. Sparky here is now recovered, but he's not 100%, so he's now an extra slow sloth. These parrots were rescued from people in captivity. Apparently, it's very popular to keep these large parrots as pets for drug cartels. They cut their wings, so now they can't fly anymore. This means they cannot be released. Otherwise, treating the animals and releasing them back into nature is the main purpose.